They can see from this shot. I just see the head in there. I'm all the way high. There. And it's like right in there. It looks like they're. It's between their claws. It looks like.
Oh yeah.
I'll ask him.
I don't see anything shorter than switch. There's a guy sitting there.
Maybe if I turn it on, it will work. There's a power button on this. Good evening. Good evening to those in the back. Can you hear me okay? Yes. Awesome, awesome. My name is Kelly Clinton, and I want to officially welcome everyone to the Small Business Celebration powered by Bridging Virginia, MBL Hatch, Culinary Cups, and Capital One. Thank y'all for being here. We are connected beyond capital and celebrating all things local businesses. I am such a big cheerleader for local. So it is my honor and privilege to introduce Leah from Bridging Virginia as she's going to kick this off and get everything started. Welcome, Leah. Happy second anniversary to Bridging Virginia.
I wish I could say that with the baby Small Business Month and our anniversary were intentionally connected, but they're not. I mean, you know, it's a happy accident, and maybe in year 5 I didn't say that we did it on purpose. It's all forgot that. No, thank you for that introduction, and thank you for everybody being here tonight. We wouldn't be here without you all, partners, supporters, clients, friends. You're all here in the room with us, and it feels great not only for our anniversary, but more importantly, the businesses and the clients that we have here in the room. I mean, they're the reason we're here. I mean, think about the guts and tenacity these entrepreneurs and business owners have to have, because they jumped out and are doing a thing, solving the problem, and it's not easy work, and it's lonely, it's hard, and they're out here crushing it, making our community and our city and our region an amazing place to live, work, and play. So this tonight is about them. But I do have to do the boilerplate on a nonprofit spiel. Not used to public speaking, so bear with me as I hopefully read most of what I'm supposed to say. As Kelly mentioned, we are 2 years old this month, and when I started in 2022, Bridging Virginia was a volunteer-led organization that had 5 clients and effectively had $100,000 of capital working in the community. Since that time, we have more than 1 employee now. Our team is actually grown to 9. And help make that happen. We have 17 clients, and as of this week, we have just under $600,000 of capital in the hands of our businesses, either through our direct program or in partnership with other lenders. So Bridging Virginia connecting clients and businesses to other partners is also why we're here, because our mission around capital access and improving that is not done alone. And in fact, it's because of partnership and collaboration that I have even more exciting numbers to share, because our relationship with the Metropolitan Business League effectively allowed us to, gave us the opportunity to start the Capital Access Hub, which is located at the 1717 Mike Wassenaar Innovation Center, just across the river. And with that hub being in place, we now have, what is it, Floyd, 1.5 million, probably over that. That is connected to probably over 100 businesses. There's the grants and loans. All of these loans and grants are under $50,000. So that's the space that we're seeking to fill, because that's the gap. Especially when you look at Black, brown, and women-owned businesses, access to that type of money is not available. Definitely at scale, or sometimes even here locally. So that's what we're working together to solve. Not just with our organization, but with the partners and sponsors here. Speaking of sponsors, I want to thank, the folks that made tonight happen, and actually a lot of the work that we're doing is happening because of the gifts and investments from people there and organizations that we get to work with. So the first one I'll have to come up is Comcast. Mr. Allen and another familiar face, Joy Moore, is joining her to talk about not only their investment in this event, but more investments that they're going to do through a grant program that just started this month. Be right back.
So welcome and thank you everyone for bringing Virginia, bringing everyone together tonight. We are case there's maybe someone new to Richmond or they've been living under a rock, I've been heard of Joy Bell's for 10 times. Do you want to give us just your elevator pitch? Who is Joy Bell in her 10 times?
Well, hello, I'm Joy B. Moore, founder and CEO of Joy Bells, home of that southern backwoods competition.
So thank you. So Joy, back in 2020, Comcast launched a program called Rise. The intent and purpose behind it was to give back to our communities, part of our corporate community investment strategy. And we really wanted to help small businesses that were hardest hit during the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic. We wanted to help them recover, and not just recover, but grow and thrive. You were one of our first recipients of the Rise Award. What made you apply for the Rise grant?
Well, let me tell you, I was definitely new on the scene, just wasn't even a year old yet. And I didn't know anything about the space, anywhere to look once the pandemic hit. Thank goodness for the Metropolitan Business League. They sent out emails in real time every day for like 6 months or more. It's almost time for the income. And on that day, the grant would be announced, Comcast Rise grant, and I ran straight over that same day. I would see a grant and go apply immediately. And when I got there at first, I thought, well, this is a lot of information that they're asking for the grant. But for any of those entrepreneurs who are thinking about applying, it's not as hard as it feels like. I just tell everyone, write your story out from beginning to end, all the good, the bad, because the bad is usually the grant as well, because that's when you see and can identify your opportunity, course correct, or where you need help with. And I applied, and the team was awesome. They were there. I was lucky. I was blessed enough to have some grant writing experience from my previous job. But if I had not had that experience, the team was there. What do you need? Can we help you with this? Well, let me show you what you should do. This is how we want you to approach this. So that's why I encourage everyone to just apply, because your team is there to help answer any questions and guide them through. And then I got a commercial idea on my team. I was getting phone calls and emails and thinking, girl, he was on TV. He was on TV. And I mean, faithful Joy Bell's family members, not just customers. I call them family members. That's family to me. They were making posts, filming the commercial from their TV with their phone, and then they post with and tag me. So that's how impactful that grant was for Joy Bells and our launch to the local goodness program with Blue Line. It was instant proof, and we were everywhere. Everywhere.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Let's give Joy Bell what you stated. One, the application isn't as hard as it might feel, so go ahead and fill it out. Don't be scared of the application. No, we've heard that. I know there's a few other Rise winners here this evening too that have complimented on like the ease of the application process for us. But also, TV commercial after this being in business for 1 year is probably something not on your radar and probably on the back burner. So, what all did Rise maybe accelerate for you? Something that was on the back burner, the wish list, that really opened some doors. And you mentioned Blue Line, and so.
Well, again, Joy Bells has had great success in just having fun through social media and connecting and engaging. So we've been blessed in the Today Show. And the Today Show, but without social media, without internet, media, digital platform, period, the Joy Bells family couldn't have, voted us on to the Today Show. So just having Comcast is not just that media commercial. For me, it's the internet universe that allows entrepreneurs to market and brand working with one to be able to didn't have that platform. And then you add Comcast to that, and I'm saying we were literally 3 months old empowered people 3-4 years old. It accelerated our brand awareness and how quickly and how far that imprint went with that impact, which we would not have been able to achieve within 90 days. Right, so that's how impactful Comcast Rise brand was for us. And thanks to that visibility, we got our Sam's Club, and then we just continue to grow after that. So grants like these matter, organizations like you guys, Bridge Virginia, the MBLs, they matter for small businesses and entrepreneurs who are trying to figure it out.
You guys have vision, the dream, all the hard work, for building that community ecosystem to support our community.
Yes.
So we will conclude. Thank you for sharing your story in Podcast Rise. But we do encourage everyone. Our application window is open May 1st through May 31st. Since the beginning, we've evolved the program. It's open to all small businesses with 100 employees. Let's open for 3 years, at least 3 years. But it's really a comprehensive package now. It is a monetary award. It is the 30-second TV commercial, and it's a year-long consultation with marketing and strategy consulting services. So again, May 1st to May 31st, podcastrise.com. We hope you apply, and thank you again, Bridging Virginia, for inviting us tonight.
To those who really, truly need to know about this grant, and maybe thinking, well, we're not big enough, we're not, what makes us think we can apply? And I just want to say, because your work, that's all I want to say.
All right, a little bit more. Similar to Joy's story and Comcast with the investment early on, and their story, Atlantic Union invested in Bridging Virginia and the work that we've been doing since day one, before we were a thing. So I'm going to ask Jennifer Huffman to come up here and talk a little bit about Atlantic Union. They also help pay the tax tonight too. So.
And good evening, everybody. I'm Jennifer Hoffman with Atlantic Union Bank, and we have an amazing team here. Natalia, and wave your hand, and we have Patrice here, and Maria, right there beside Mr. Floyd. And I'm Jennifer, by the way, and we are so happy to support this amazing work. I'm not from the Richmond area, but I've heard so many amazing things from my partners, as well as being here tonight and talking to others of you in the room and hearing from Joy Bells, the exciting work and the great work that happens, how you all are connecting people to the resources and the funding. It is extraordinary work that's happening through Bridging Virginia. So let's give them a big clap. And so we are Atlantic Union Bank. Atlantic Union Bank is the largest regional bank headquartered in the state of Virginia. There is no other like us. We have a unique position. We're large enough to play with the national banks, but we still have that community feel. We know you by name, and you can reach out to your local banker. We have just acquired another Virginia-based bank, who is American National Bank. They're based out of Danville, Virginia, and so we're going to have about 126 branches. Will be throughout the state of Virginia, as well as North Carolina and Maryland. So we're really excited about where we're going. We're about 24 billion in size. So we are very excited about the work of small business, entrepreneurship. As you can tell from Leah talk, we are behind the work. We support the work. We've been supporting it since day one. And the reasons our communities thrive, the region of Richmond, is through small businesses, the work that you all are doing. And so we are so thrilled to support this work. Don't forget about Atlantic Union Bank. Whatever needs you may have, whether it's business checking, whether it's you need a savings, or you need treasury services, merchant, home ownership, whatever it is, Atlantic Union Bank can be that resource. I also know there's 3 issues that were uncovered throughout the pandemic that we see in the small business community, particularly Black and brown small business owners, and that is lack of access to capital, lack of access to customers, third piece is the financial education. It's very good for you to get the capital, but if you don't have the education on how to manage that capital so you can get more, then you are really defeated. And we're here to help you on that journey, so make sure you connect with us. We have a large team, and we're happy to help you. Thank you all.
What I will double down on is that as a business owner, you definitely need a banking partner that can help you with your service, like checking accounts, credit cards, all of that. So there's some great banks here in this room and in the community, and be a critical consumer of what you're doing. So we've got some great ones here. Union, First Community Bank, sponsoring the event tonight. We are also giving us grants and volunteer hours. In addition to Capital One, Altria, the Community Foundation, Truist, Genworth, First Citizens Bank, Business Finance Group, this is Virginia, People's Advantage Credit Union, and we have some impact investors that are anonymous and one that works through the Miracle Effect. All of those corporations have given us not only financial resources, not just Virginia, this flows into the hub and to the other partners that we work with, but also human time. So they're on our boards, they're sitting in our committees, they're volunteers, they're partnering and helping with skill sets that we don't have in-house, but can sit with the business owner and help them get ready for what their next version of success is. So I want to take a moment to thank you all for your investment in our business community through the work that we do. So thank you there. Shout out to my board and my team. We wouldn't be here without you all. So thank you for the hard work and commitment to the. It's a ride, it's a fun one, but it's a long marathon that we're on, and we have some passionate people around us that do the work. And before I get off the stage and give the mic back to Kelly, I just want to share some exciting news that we have coming. So in June, we will be able to talk more about a partnership that we have with Henrico County. We'll be able to open a loan fund for Virginia that will be for Henrico-based businesses, that will be 0% interest loans. We have, it's more than just all your money is in the bank. The bankers are going, oh my gosh, I'm going to make these things. That was opened up in June. The Capital Access Hub, that done this month, right to it, moved in, has expanded into the Hampton Roads area. We now have office space at the Assembly Building in downtown Norfolk. Our partner, Jay Grant with Hampton Roads List, is somewhere there he is. He will also be spending time there and creating an access hub. So there's more than just one financial partner there in that space. So please, if you're in Hampton Roads or know folks that we need to talk to in that region, please let us know. And the last exciting piece of news I want to share is that as of this week, we found out that Bridging Virginia, at 2 years old, is 96% ready to go for its federal certification to become a community development financial. Go through the process, but when we pass with 100, we're 96% right now, we got to get that 100. We will be able to bring federal resources, both grants and provide lending capital, help us keep our interest rates under 10%, which is what, from a mission standpoint, that we're trying to do, and then also bring more of the support services to ourselves and Virginia and our partner organizations and provide the one-on-one technical assistance. So hopefully the next time I'm standing in front of a big room, I will say Bridging Virginia, a certified CMI. But until then, I will see you all soon, and I'm going to do this next time.
This is a celebration that we're going to toast a little bit later. Before I bring the panelists up here, it's not really a panel, it's going to be like a one-on-one small fireside. Housekeeping. For those of us that still need to eat and still need to drink, there is some food and beverages in the back, right? But you're like, no, I need more, I want more. Just go right back over there and get you some more, okay? Please feel free to get up and move as you need to. There's also restrooms that are located in the back as well. If you need to leave early, again, most of us are business owners, parents, whatever you need to do with patience and grace, go ahead and walk on out this door whenever you need to, okay? All right. You know, I want to just echo a couple of things that Leah said in terms of Richmond, Virginia, and just the ecosystem that we have here within the Richmond region. You know, when Leah was like, "Can you help me with this?" Yes. Why can I help you with this? Because when it comes to hospitality, entertainment, tourism, Main Street businesses, and scaling and growth, you know, I'm right there. Like everything that I do is right there. And so I'm excited to hear from the people on the panel, but then also share some more stories with all of those people that are in this room. And having the relationships and having the partnerships is the only way we're going to make our local businesses grow and strive. And when I tell you, I go out and I brag about Virginia. I can brag about Virginia because we are very loyal to local. We support our neighbors. We fund our neighbors. We make sure we know that we are the birthplace when it comes to Jackson Ward. I'll talk about Jackson Ward all day. Being the birthplace of Black entrepreneurship, it is something that is near and dear to my heart. So we can brag about the whole state of Virginia because guess what? It all started here. Nobody else said that. It really all started here. Another little housekeeping thing. I'm sorry. I don't know whose keys I have in my hand. I know y'all like, Kelly, you leaving? Where you going? Check your pockets. I got somebody's keys, and I'm going to sit them right here. You don't have to get up there. Just come get them whenever you're ready to go get those. All right. I'd like to welcome Lisa Sims to the stage. She is going to be our first discussion. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you again. All right. It is on. Lisa and I have been together a lot these last 2 weeks. Hey, here we are again. So Lisa, describe what you do. I mean, if you don't know Venture Richmond, I don't really know what to tell you, but describe your role and how you are shaping downtown and define that too. What's downtown these days?
Yeah, that's a good question. Hi everybody, I'm Richard Will. You got the big food going seriously. Now would be the time for that. Venture Richmond is a nonprofit organization. We partner with the city. It's a public-private partnership. We are at our core business improvement district. I don't know if you are familiar with that term. A business improvement district basically every property owner within the district pays 5 cents for $100 of assessed property value, and that money goes to us and we provide enhanced services. So if you own the property, then you pay an extra 5 cents for $100 assessed value. We provide enhanced services like marketing, like events. We manage some property groups. We manage grounds islands. We manage the canal walk. We actually run the canal boat tours. We advocate for small business that is downtown and other businesses that are downtown. One of the primary things that we do to sort of activate downtown are events. So we do the Second Street Festival, the Richmond Folk Festival, Friday Cheers, which is a summer concert series. We partner with sports actors to do Richmond River Rock. So we are downtown champions, if you will. And we are doing anything we can to get you to downtown. I hope that we want you to be downtown to live, work, play, explore. And events is just one of the ways that we do that. If we do events, and most of the events that we do are free, we have people explore downtown and then come back and some months on the businesses here. Recently, just within the last year, our service district was expanded to Manchester. We have a 400 bus on the north side of the river where we provide enhanced services, and everything that we do is the Clean and Safe program. We also do beautification, flowers, and baskets, and that sort of thing. Many of the property owners in the commercial areas of Manchester, we're not a neighborhood community association, we're a business district. So the commercial areas of Manchester came to us and said, we would like for you to provide the same enhanced services on this side of the river that you're providing on that side of the river. And so it took a little work COVID happened in between, but last year City Council expanded the district to Manchester, so now we're providing enhanced services.
lot, Lisa. Yeah, that is a lot. You know, and as a Manchester resident, I mean, I live right there. You know, it's hard to say what's commercial and what's not. You know, around here, kind of like Scott's Addition. You know, like
If you are a renter, you are not paying an assessment. If you own a condominium, you are paying an assessment. So if you're a property owner, you are paying 5 cents per $100 in assessment. The city collects it and then it comes to us.
the events put on by Venture Richmond are traditions. I don't think they're no longer events. It's kind of like when we're looking at our calendar, you're like, nope, Friday, starting on this day, we're going to Cheers. All right, no, first weekend in October, that's 2 Street. You know, like it has such a rhythm to it. Yeah, but also, again, when we think about local, you have all of these events that then support the local businesses because they become vendors. And then the organizations are now able to sponsor and get their message out there. How big is the events and festival sector of Venture Richmond critical to our growth?
Well, that's a good question. I think we have done economic impact studies. We know that Venture Richmond as an organization has about a $16 million economic impact. Our events have about a $35 million economic impact. So, and that is included in that $60 million. So, the economic impact is primarily coming from the events that we do. If you do an event like the Second Street Festival or Folk Festival, both of those events are free and open to the public. The budgets are huge. We have sponsors, many of whom are in the room today. Thank you very much. But the sponsors make these happen. We are a nonprofit. We are a staff of 11 people, full-time staff of 11 people, and we rely on about 1,000 volunteers to help put on our events. And we primarily are using or employing, if you will, vendors that are local at these events. That's very important to us to have a local flair. So the events are really important. The Fall Festival has about 200,000 attendees over 3 days. Dominion Energy River Rock, which is sports records, has about 100,000 attendees. And the Second Street Festival has about 50,000 attendees. And each Friday and Friday Cheers, we have 3 to 5,000 people. So we're bringing a lot of people downtown. I'll be honest, I don't think it's a stretch to say that events like the Fall Festival have spurred the economic growth that's happening along the riverfront today. The story goes, it's just a story, but I've heard it enough that I'll keep repeating it, that the CEO for CoStar, basically the city economic development department, brought him here during the Fall Festival so that he could come down to the riverfront and see the space. He was so charmed by the festival that he said, "This is where I want to be." Whether it's true or not, we'll take it. But I do think that having the number of events that we do, and River Rock has changed how people see the river, if you ask me, how people interact with the river. And you can't discount, of course, what the city has done with the Waterford Bridge, which is a $12 million investment, which is just, has absolutely transformed how people interact with the riverfront. So.
Let's get into, because a lot of things that you do, well, Cheers, it has a ticket, but I mean, we're talking less than $20. We eat that, most days. And everything else is free, right? For the most part. Free to the public. Yes. Free to the public, right? And so you have a lot of things for the public sector, right? But you also have to deal with the public sector. How do you deal with that good and bad?
Yes. We actually have a contract with the city to do the cleaning center program. We provide downtown cleaning. The city does not. That is on us. We have that contract. But we still have to do a grant application to get that funding from the city every year. So we do grant applications, non-departmental grant applications, just like anybody else would do a non-departmental grant application. We also work closely with city council because city council has the final say on the budget. We are not a lobbying group. We do that. Nonprofits probably don't do that, but we do advocate for downtown. We are believers in the fact that downtown is the heart of the region, period. So we believe that without a healthy and vibrant downtown, so goes the region. Certainly so goes the city, but definitely goes the region. We were just in Atlanta last week on a visit there. The chamber does every year, it's a visit. And I was just struck by how everyone from the entire region talked about how important downtown Atlanta is to the region, which is a huge, huge region. 6 million people there. Not every speaker talked about the importance of downtown. We would like to get to that point here, where everyone believes that downtown Richmond is crucial to the success of the region.
All right, I think we are running out of time, but one last question, and I do this often when I, have a panel, but how can this room help you? How does this room help spread the message of the efforts of Venture Richmond?
I hope you love downtown. You're in downtown right now. This is Manchester, but Manchester is part of downtown.
We call it downtown South.
Okay. But patronize the businesses in downtown. Give downtown some grace. It's gone through a lot of transition, a lot of changes, and lots of things happen on Broad Street. The Pulse has come in, which is great. We're thrilled with the Pulse, but it displaced a lot of parking, and a lot of businesses suffer from that. I think that Broad Street, particularly, we want you on the riverfront, but Broad Street needs attention. Broad Street needs some love and some grace. And so we ask you to visit Broad Street and talk up downtown as often as you can.
Thank you, Lisa. Big round of applause. Lisa Smith. Make sure that you are, like Lisa said, supporting all things Venture Richmond. It's just at Venture Richmond on all things. There's a whole calendar up there at venturerichmond.com for you to look at all of the events and the ways to support all the initiatives. Thank you, Lisa. All right. I'd like to welcome to the stage next Antoine Bryson. Did I say it right? Say it for me. Brinson. Because people say limon, and I'm like, no, it's lemon. So I'm sorry. I apologize wholeheartedly. Maybe let's go for 3 when I do it tomorrow too. Yeah, we're gonna meet tomorrow. I'm excited about all the conversations, but more importantly, this one: hospitality, entertainment, the education of food, how we are serving our community is my jam. Being a hospitality owner, I know. Oh, I know I struggles. But talk a little bit about what you do and your relationship to Virginia, Hatch, Capital One. Why are you sitting in this seat, and what does this building mean to you?
Hi. So Antoine Brinson, so I'm the founder of Culinary Concepts AV, and our mission statement is empower people and through food and community. And we do that through our training programs. All our programs focus on workforce development. So what is workforce development? I think a lot of depending on what seat you sit in, workforce development can mean many things to different people. Workforce development is folks that are looking for opportunities in the hospitality industry. We provide training, connecting to certifications, and connecting to restaurants that are looking for staff. Folks that are incarcerated, we move them to prisons, we do training programs when they get out of the jail. We connect them to employers that's going to give them an opportunity and be able to create upward mobility for the family. And last but not least, but most importantly, we have an entrepreneur empowerment program where we work with entrepreneurs to provide them with the foundational training that they need to be able to grow their businesses. Now, I think a lot of times when people think about training and entrepreneurship, they're like, oh, they had training, they should be good. No, that's just one step, piece of the puzzle. Organizations like Bridge in Virginia really kind of take what we do to the next level, where they remove the financial barrier. They allow the entrepreneurs to access capital to grow their businesses, capital to be able to grow their teams, capital to be able to serve the community in a way that they wouldn't be able to do by themselves.
And when you talk about capital, let's and training. Let me go back to right before May 2020 happened, right? Some of our businesses were, on track. They were on the uptick, right? We were there. And then COVID, race relations, all the things happened. And then the hospitality industry was like, y'all toxic. I don't even want to be in this industry anymore. And then, we're now dealing with, okay, now we're back. And I don't know if I can do the job, but you have had no training, you have had no hands-on experience, and you're coming out of the kitchen as executive chef to maybe train the hostess, to train the server, to train the bartenders. Get more into how capital is important, but the workforce development and the training and education.
So, if you really want to take it back to COVID, I think it's important to kind of acknowledge the elephant in the room. The hospitality industry has been broken for a long time. We've always struggled with finding staff. We've never invested enough in training our team. Most chefs are focused on the top three. That's their labor, their food costs, and their expenses, because that's what the owners want. They want to drive revenue. So the people that are coming in the kitchens, they really never really had that really good training that they needed. What COVID did was it shook the rug. It exposed all the dirty secrets of the kitchen. And for when the industry shut down, folks that, and I think it's important to acknowledge that the industry also operates on a very small margin. So they didn't really have the budgets to invest in the training that they needed to be able to put into their team. They were barely surviving themselves. So when COVID happened, with the restaurant industry not being able to provide 401k, not being able to provide health insurance, some of those basic things that a lot of larger organizations have, hospitality industry shuts down. They're able to go across the street to, say, Kroger's or go to a larger organization and get access to those benefits. They got an opportunity to experience weekends off, and holidays off, and PTO, right? Paid time off. Why would I come back to the hospitality industry? So that whole pipeline of talent that we had in the hospitality industry, it died. So where are we at today? We're looking for a new pipeline of talent. We're looking for people that love cooking, that want to be in the kitchen. But there's one missing piece of the puzzle. They don't have the training. They don't have the training, and they don't have the capital to access the training. And that's what culinary concept is. We're rich, right? We provide the foundational skills, training that they need, connecting to certifications, and building that bridge for them to connect to other opportunities. Regardless if it's entrepreneurs connecting to capital, or individuals connecting to opportunities in restaurant and service businesses. They work symbiotically together, right? Like you can't have a restaurant without having staff. So it's extremely important. The work that we do is extremely important for the success of the hospitality industry. And there's a lot of organizations out there that do it, but I think that the way that we do it, it really puts the people first. It puts the organizations first, and we make sure that the connection that happens, it isn't just we train you and send you on your way. We're making sure you're connected with someone that's really going to allow you to change your life and change your life.
Let's dig a little deeper into some of those ways. Talk about the innovation. How do you remix this, right? Like, again, my staff is so young, and I'm always learning new words and everything. But I'm like, how are you making it a little more sexy, as they would say? This ain't sexy, Miss Kathy. This ain't sexy. Oh, it's coffee. I don't know what you want me to do.
So I guess our approach, what makes our approach so unique and so different, is that where most folks, when it comes to training, they're focusing on hard skills. I'm going to teach you how to saute. I'm going to teach you how to hold a knife. I'm going to teach you how to work a grill station. We don't start there. We start with soft skills. We start with the skills that your mom and dad were trying to teach you when you were growing up, and then you became a career professional where you realized, like, oh shit, I need these skills to be able to move up in whatever profession I'm in. With today's generation, a lot of folks don't really see the value in soft skills. They don't really see the connection between those skills and their future and the opportunities that are in front of them. So our program, each week we start with a pillar. First week might be integrity. We go through what integrity means to you and what that looks like in the kitchen. Week 2, agility, adaptability, and so on and so forth. We go over all these soft skills, and it's not just a lecture talking to you, explaining to you what it means. It's allowing you to be able to experience what that feels like in the kitchen and preparing food. In the kitchen, we kind of swim in soft skills. What we do all day long, we practice, we teach, we're coach, we're mentors, right? And it's a perfect training ground to be able to help a person find themselves. So as they go through our training program, we also help them set goals for themselves and milestones to be able to achieve those goals. When we look at our entrepreneur program, the entrepreneurs takes it back to ground zero, right? What's your mission? What's your vision? What are you really trying to do here? And then we build from there. We go through, talk about what marketing looks like. We talk about processes and systems in your business and how those processes can empower you to be able to pull yourself up and focus on your vision to be able to grow. So all of our programs, I think that when you ask what innovation is, that's what innovation looks like in our concepts.
Soft skills. Started with soft skills. Everybody knows what soft skills are, right? Okay, because another word. Again, this generation, we have hard skills. It was, we use those things, but the fact that they call them soft skills, it actually makes me laugh. We gotta be soft to use soft skills. Okay. How can this group help you, especially knowing that you are, and I'm just gonna put it out there, I mean, this is about to be an incubator for businesses, and you are still running your program and still doing, all the things for training and workforce. How can these people help you?
That's a great question, but I think that when you think about removing barriers, right? One of the barriers is access to training programs like this. So our programs, we created a program that through sponsorships, folks are allowed to go through our training program for free. So if you're interested, if you're part of an organization, or if you're interested in sponsoring a program, let us know. Regardless of entrepreneurship programs, if you want to invest in the programs, just connecting people to jobs. I want to shout out Capital One. We have an EEP, our entrepreneur program, which graduates, some of them are here today, graduate next week. Capital One is one of the sponsors for the program. Their equity mission aligns with the work that we're doing, and because of that, we're able to provide the training they need, and then connect them to an organization like Bridging Virginia that's going to allow them to build their business and scale it to the next stage.
If you're in the program and in the room, can you please stand? And they're also next door.
In our last cohort, the 2 businesses that you have that are preparing the food, they're also graduates from our training.
Well, give them a applause. Thank you. And make sure you follow all things. If you know anyone, especially again, the hospitality industry is in dire need of those that are ready to get in the kitchen, and most importantly, they have a passion. Keyword is a passion for what we're doing. So, next, I'd like to bring to the stage Melanie Short. Come on up here, Mel. All right. Mel, please tell this room, for those that don't know, what do you do and how are you supporting local businesses in the region?
First off, I would say that I am part of the as Director of Business and Community Engagement, but I'm also the co-founder of the Richmond Night Market. So I'm saying I have to speak up, okay?
Thank you.
My work is really.
You can't hear. I know. Mel's very soft-spoken. If you could get, I know this might be awkward, but don't let it touch your lipstick, but get as close as possible.
I'll say it again. I am Director of Business and Community Engagement for Virginia, but I'm also the co-founder of the Richmond Night Market. My work is rooted in advocating for small businesses. I've been doing this work for over 20 years. It's something that I hold near and dear to my heart. And so, as part of the Richmond Night Market, most come, they have a good time, they come with their family, they make it a date night. It's almost like a free concert for many. But the part of the night market that really is warm in my heart is
We offer a platform for small business owners, many of whom have brick and mortar spaces. They oftentimes use the night market as a testing ground to see if one, this is a, folks might tell them and they see if this is a market for their business, if it will work for their business. And two, if this is a business that they want to continue with, it's low investment for them. So the allows them space.
And you've been working, like you said, with small, more so specifically Black-owned businesses for a while now. And when we say small, I mean, you know the owner, you know the owner's parents, you know the owner's children. You just don't get into, you know, the business. You get into all parts of the relationship of the business. Talk about the challenges that some of these businesses are facing, and the only reason that you know that is because of these relationships.
Yeah, and I appreciate you for bringing that up because it is all relational. These relationships are not transactional for me. This is an act of love for me, and I think that when serving community and serving small business owners, love has to be present because otherwise you will go crazy, you know, because you're on a journey with it. And so all the pain that you experience as a coffee shop owner, if I'm working alongside a small business owner, I feel it too, right? And so that's why you can't really care. So some of the challenges, I mean, the obvious, many of the challenges we're spoken about tonight, access to capital. That's a huge challenge, particularly for Black-owned businesses, but specifically patient capital, non-extractive capital, right? And that is not, and so I'm grateful to be part of the Virginia team because, you know, it's important that we give small business owners space. There has to be some space for you to be able to run your business in time to be able to repay the loan. And, and also, you know, I should be put in a position where taking on the loan is possible harm and
When it comes to night market, you are basically orchestrating small businesses with your small business yourself, right? Right? You're a small business yourself. Talk about how you are making sure that night market is fed, or you and Adrian are making sure, and your team is making sure that night market is fed so that you all can feed these other businesses along with what you're doing with, you know, Bridget, Virginia, India, things like that.
Well, we're doing what, you know, Joy mentioned, we're applying for grants. I'm emailing Jamie like a crazy person. Thank God for Capital One support annually, and Atlantic Union also pays support us. But that is how we are able to keep the vendor fees low so that it can be a small investment for the small entrepreneurs so they can really take the bulk of the money that they've made off of them. But we do what everybody else is doing. We apply for the grants, we're knocking on the door at the city of Richmond, get the non-distractional funding, you know, all the things just so that we can make sure we keep that as low as possible.
And, you know, thankful
And
to,
we make the night market free.
yeah.
You know, there's no cost to attend. So we really try to, it's interesting, because last week we were in Atlanta, and one of Councilwoman Newell said, Melanie, did you come here to the night market tonight? I'm like, what? Tonight? So of course we go down to the night market, and I thought it was interesting, they had different fees associated with commission. And I went one of the higher price tickets just to see why. Why, you know, are you charging? And so it made my heart proud to say that though we're going to continue to be buyers at no cost, but we should be accessible to everyone.
And I'm not gonna let her brag on herself, but another council person from Henrico did not know who Mel was and also went to Atlanta's night market. And she came back and trashed it. She was like, Richmond's is so much better. You know, I mean, like, talking to Mel, like, oh my God, Richmond's is so much better. And, yeah, that's her. So, yeah, give her props in her base. How can we help? How can we help the mission of Richmond Night Market? How can we expand it? You know, because when you say Richmond, you're still talking about a region. Where else should Richmond Night Market be within this region? And then what are you looking forward to as you expand and grow in these upcoming years?
Well, we have started to venture out of downtown Richmond to Chesterfield as of last year. So we're grateful for that. Adrian co-founded my business partner. It's convenient for us because we are residents of Chesterfield, actually. And so we're starting to grow that relationship with the county. They brought us in to market Black History Month, where we want to many of the others have been asking, but we want to just make sure we have the capacity. We're a small staff. So in terms of help, one, we want everyone, shameless plug, night market is every second Saturday, okay, from 5 to 9 p.m.
This
Saturday. I realize it's Mother's Day weekend, it is the perfect experience for you and your mother, your aunties, and all the folks that you love. So come to the night market, come spend with the entrepreneurs, shop local. That's how you all can help Ms. Patrons here in the audience. For our funding community, if you're not Capital One and you're not Atlantic Union, I welcome a conversation. So that you won't be left out. And we can discuss what our needs are, especially again as we're trying to grow capacity with that team on the operations side. A conversation that I've been able to have with Jamie and Natalia actually, we're really looking to position Night Market as an incubator. We have a lot of small business support that's happening in that ecosystem, not focusing specifically on artists. We are a town that, the art scene is just really thriving. And so how do we acknowledge that artists are small business owners? Oftentimes they just look at themselves as creators, but they are business entities, and so we want to make sure their position, their foundation is strong, and develop a creative program and support some of our funders. So that's really what I'm looking for. This is our 6th season, and so we want you to come out. Literally, we talked about the tradition. You save the date for all the programming that the has going on. So we actually do the same thing for Night Market. Every second Saturday. Pull your phones out. Pull your phones out. And on your calendar, 5 to 9 p.m. every second Saturday. We just ask that you save the date. You realize you can't come to every night market, but at least you'll have a reminder. And then you can tell your neighbor, whoever in your network comes.
And they put out the entertainment. Again, it's more than just shopping. Come experience the 17th Street Marketplace, hear some good music, look at some good art, see the local vendors, but again, it's also about the relationships and the culture of what Richmond Night Market brings. You can feel it, you can smell it, you can feel it, the energy is in the air. So following you is Richmond Night, it's our Night Market, Richmond Night Market, RVA.com.
Richmond Night Market,
VA.com. RichmondNightMarketVA.com, and that's also on Instagram as well. Again, you already marked it on your calendar on your phone, so thanks. I appreciate you. Again, and also don't forget to contact Mel when it comes to anything with your small business, as she is also doing work with Richmond, Virginia, and BL. Again, plenty of resources right there with her. All right. I think I'm on last but not least, right? Come on up here, Eli. So, how you doing, Eli?
Doing great. How are you?
I am good.
Strong.
I know, finishing strong. I know your product. I know your brand. But tell these people, why are you sitting up here today as we are talking about local businesses scaling?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you to Lena and Virginia and everyone who makes it possible. We're very excited to be here and share a little bit more about what we're doing with Absurd Snacks. I'm Eli Bank, one of the co-founders and COO of Absurd Snacks, where we make snacking more inclusive. We make snacks that are delicious, nutrient-rich, and most importantly, free of the top 9 allergens, which affect 85 million Americans, most of which don't have allergies themselves, but are actually avoiding these 9 foods for one of their loved ones, someone in their household. And so our current food system is not set up to be inclusive of these folks, and we want to provide options to reduce that friction and make it just a little bit easier for us to snack together.
So, I mean, I went to college in the late 1900s, right? And I could have used a snack, but none of us were sitting in our dorm rooms thinking, wow, let's turn this into a business. But you two University of Richmond grads were just, I mean, talk about how you went from your resident hall to, I mean, just so much success being known and shipping everywhere.
Thank you, that's very kind. We started at the University of Richmond. It was a class project in 2021 to 2022. was actually a part of an incubator class called Benchtop Innovations, and at the time we were guinea pigs. We were part of an experimental course, so they told us, go and ideate, create, and launch a packaged food product. And that was essentially all they told us. And so we did just that. We went to Publix, and we walked around the aisles, and we looked for white space, things where we couldn't find products that we wanted to enjoy. And one of our classmates, his name was Dan, he had severe allergies, and as we're walking around the supermarket, we realized Dan can't have anything. And so we wanted to set out to create a platform where we can create food options that are more inclusive of people like Dan. So it wasn't just our friends and family, that these things affect millions and millions of people. We go around and we demo at our stores, and we started at farmers markets, and at the farmers market we meet people who would say, oh, my daughter has allergies, or oh, my cousin has allergies, or oh my gosh, my roommate has allergies, and we notice this is affecting so many people in such a profound way, because it's not just a preference, it's their life at stake. And so we, as much as we want to keep our loved ones safe, we wanted that to be easier for others as well. So we launched within the walls of our classroom, and upon graduating, we realized this might have some legs, and there weren't a lot of other people in the market that were trying to do it in our sector. So allergy-free options were so limited to cakes, brownies, confectionaries, but that's not something that most people want to enjoy on a regular basis. So they can take with them and have it on the go. So we decided, let's take a leap of faith, and luckily the Richmond community has been so supportive and given us a platform and the support that we needed to take it to where it is now. And it's just the beginning, but we're really excited about where we've come.
So you went from the dorm room to coming up with this great brand, which got launched right here at Hatch, right?
Yeah, so we were manufacturing Hatch packaging back when they had a contract manufacturing leg, and we would go down there, and once a week we would see the manufacturers all by hand. It's one or two guys. It was so cool to see it go from something that we were making in 1 pound increments in our little kitchen on campus to something that was hundreds of pounds every week, going to farmers markets, local markets, and being able to see the impact of that.
How did that relationship kind of launch where you are now? Like, talk about the importance of being in a program like Hatch.
Yeah, absolutely. So Hatch is more than, similar to a lot of other things that have been mentioned today, Hatch is more than just an organization, it's a community. It's somewhere where we were able to meet other founders in our industry, learn from pitfalls that they faced along the way, learn that getting in the grocery store is really just the easy part, but how do you actually sell the product off shelf? How do you make relationships with your customer and make sure that you're staying close to them so you're making your products solve their needs and not your own? And so being a part of Hatch was a launching pad, if you will, for where we were able to meet with people who taught us where we go right and where we can go wrong.
Where are you at now? What's next? What are we looking like? I know you're everywhere, but what's next?
Yeah, thank you for asking. So over the last 6 months, we've been experimenting with a trial partnership with Whole Foods. You may have seen us in our Richmond stores and beyond. We're today selling 27 locations around the DMV, upwards of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and because of your support, we just achieved permanent placement, so we'll be going in all 55 stores in our region. And as a part of our mission, we want to make snacking more inclusive, but also more accessible. So it's time for Dessert Snacks to take over. We want to be in every grocery store in our region, and we want to be in front of you. So actually, also exciting, as of this morning, you can find Dessert Snacks at the Short Pump Kroger location. Making our way up.
Breaking news.
And another big goal for us for 2024 is community activation. So partnerships, collaboration, events. We want to meet people around. We want to just show our faces because it really is us behind everything we do. We're people first. So not just sampling, not just being nothing like this. And we're excited to get to go.
How does this group help you, especially with the community activations? I mean, you have so many people that throw on community events in this room. How do they help?
Yeah, we're a small but mighty team, but we love to be in the field. So if there are any events or partnerships, opportunities where we can spread the word and increase our reach to make our snacks more accessible, definitely reach out to us. CPG, consumer packaged goods, is an extremely expensive industry, and while we are as intentional and deliberate and careful about the funds that we have, capital will inevitably be a need. And so as we start to grow, thinking about conversations where we can access that capital will be super important. So just would love to have any conversations and continue to grow the network, grow the web for our fellow spiders. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Eli. We appreciate it. Is it just snacks? I can't get the word out right now because I don't want to be absurd. Absurdsnacks.com.
Absurdsnacks.com. Follow us on Instagram. It's just absurd.snacks. Yeah, we're all over social media and all our investments. So
And Kroger. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Do we want to ask any questions, or do we need to continue with our program? Okay. Does anyone have? I know Lisa had to leave, but does anyone have a question for anyone that has already spoke? We're going to bring JD up in a little bit to talk from Capital One. But any questions from any of the people that we just heard from? I see a question in the back. If you could just stand up and state your question.
I have a quick question for the snacks. Are you guys going to kind of broaden it out to food as well? Because the allergenic kind of point is really, I think it's really important because I have some friends that they kind of like only eat PB&J's because it's allergic to everything. Yeah. So are you guys going to broaden out to other foods? Or?
yeah, we hope to. I mean, adding on new products is a very, very expensive task, and there's a lot that goes into that. So the early support, both from the customer side as well as the retail front, to make those foods accessible is kind of getting our sea legs. But once we're able to create that platform, we definitely want to expand to other areas and sectors where allergy-free eating is underrepresented. So definitely a longer term goal, but appreciate it.
Any additional questions? Yes.
Hi, I'm Mimi, Kelly's business partner of Richmond Black Restaurant Experience. My question is for Mel. Mel, you have been entrenched in the community. You said you live in Chesterfield, but I think Richmond claims you more than the city of Chesterfield. You have been able to be embraced by the city in economic development, and you got over a lot of challenges. Is 17th Street Marketplace home if you see problems, obstacles with Shaka, and what would be your recommendations for all of us to have a really inclusive approach in how we market our experiences? And Kelly and I call our things experiences because it's so much more than just an event. So how do you bridge the gap that we have all kinds of places and a diverse opportunity?
First question, 17th Street is our home. Adrian's not here, so I dare not make an announcement with regards to that. But also, this is just our 6th year, right? So it allows us to continue to build upon what we started. Chaco is growing. A lot of people are moving down to Chaco. Still don't know about night market, so there's space. But I will say there are folks that are asking in other districts, particularly council people, asking us to come into their districts. So we just want to be careful with that. Just make sure we are offering quality experiences at 17th Street Market. Consider expansion in other parts of Richmond at some other time. But as you know, we also, in addition to us producing our standard market, we also welcome the opportunity to have an event. Sometimes if you want bigger experiences, we welcome the opportunity to curate the market experience so that you can focus on what your programming is, as we've done as well in the past. And then the last portion of your question, I would just say collaboration. You know, it's like we can't do this by ourselves. So the more folks I do tonight, right, who can we, we have Nancy here. I know it's the name has changed and not Amy in the sense, like Nancy is a huge resource to small business owners. So this organization can kind of help me get the word out for all of our experiences.
All right. And hopefully you all can stay a little bit later because once Jamie's finished talking, he's the only thing between more food and drinks. So on that note, let's bring up one of our sponsors, Capital One, Jamie Seagrams.
Proud to be the only thing standing between you all. I'm with Jamie Seagrams. I'm with Capital One. I'm in the impact and investment space. And very excited about the opportunity to be here. There's a ton of amazing faces in the room. Capital One, we are proud to, on our journey, proudly work through our journey of changing banking for good. And the way that we're doing that is through our Capital One Impact Initiative. The Capital One Impact Initiative is a 5-year, $200 million investment in 4 areas. Small business development is one of those key areas. And the thing that I would probably call out being the most important about the work that we do in the community is that it's critical to have amazing partners and community organizations that we work through. None of this would be possible from a Capital One perspective without you all in the room doing the amazing work. And one of the things that Capital One, I think, prides ourselves in the community is our connection to the things that are happening at the grassroots level. So there's a ton of you all in the room that I think represent that melody. Like when you came to us in the net market, it was something that we, it was a brand new concept to us that we never heard of. Floyd, the We Care RBA program, when you shared that program with us. Someone earlier mentioned Startup Virginia and the Mike Wasser Information Center. That was really sort of a collaborative idea, a collaborative concept that was grown out of the small business ecosystem. And there's a variety of other partners in the space. Antoine and I think Amy Chapman on our team connected with Bernard about this sort of restaurant and food incubating program. The last thing I'll say before I stop is as Capital One continues to develop the way that we're investing and giving back to the community, we are going all in on expanding and increasing the level of insights and level of learning and listening that we're doing. So maybe about 16 months ago, we stood up the Capital One Insight Center, which is a research arm of our department of Capital One. And last year, we rolled out some research that really emphasized 3 key things to make a thriving small business community work. And those 3 things, a lot of people have touched on already, but those 3 things are access to capital, technical assistance, and a strong professional services network, which a lot of the organizations in this room are delivering on that. And then the third, and probably the most important thing, and probably the thing that is most obvious through the work that Leah is doing and everyone in this room is doing, is a coordinated ecosystem. Without that coordinated ecosystem, without all of you in this room, I don't think any of this would be possible. And Capital One is exceptionally proud to be involved with it and a partner with making it all. So thank you so much for the opportunity to be here, and thank you so much for the opportunity to support this work.
Thank you, Jeremy. Leah, did any final words from you, or can I just say thank you, thank the sponsors, and keep it moving?
Keep it moving tomorrow.
Okay. Before she does that, yes, you can.
I just want to say one last thing. I plan to see collaboration. Like when you think about our programs, what we're able to do, we've been able to do this because of collaboration. We're shout out my man Bernard with Hash. Because of Bernard, he connected us to the entrepreneurs that go through our program who now have access to capital. So I just want to, I think it's very important to acknowledge that when you think about collaborating, you really want to think about like how we can work with other organizations, not just what you can get from them, but like what value can you add to the organization that we're working together. That's it.
And, that's what we should say. And once you work with us, keep giving us the money and get out of our way. We got this. We promise y'all we will do what we need to do to make sure this region continues to grow. We promise. We use your money right. Thanks to Bridget, Virginia, Culinary Concepts, Metropolitan Business League, Atlantic Union, Comcast Rise, First Community Bank, Capital One, Hatch, and Capital Access Hub. Congratulations, Leah, on 2 years. Thank you all for being here as we are connected.